This is TWiT. I think we have a few things on the table. It must be time for Alex's gift guide. I can't believe it's the holiday season again. Man, it comes around so fast. But we had so much fun last year doing our gift guides.
Yeah.
We're going to have all of our hosts from now through the end of the year come up with stuff that they think would make a great holiday gift.
And a lot of these are things that I have given as gifts. So, but I have almost all of them here. The first one that I've talked about previously is the Hestan Cue.
I bought this because it's kind of interesting. Tell us about this.
So here's what happens is that this is a
Bluetooth-enabled frying pan, boys and girls.
It's using inductive heat. So basically, this little pan or this heating element doesn't actually get hot. It actually just excites the metal in this pan. It
uses magnets.
Yeah, and so it heats this up. Yep. But what's nice about it is this inductive heat allows it to A, be very accurate, and B, do it really fast. It's amazing how fast these pots get hot.
So it's very responsive.
Now the one thing is inductive heat still doesn't know what the temperature is. So what they did is they put a bunch of sensors into the pot and into this pan that are here. And those sensors go up through this handle, and this piece here, this is actually a wireless Bluetooth connection, that you see here. This little guy you actually insert it after you buy it. And this is and what this does is this talks to your phone, or it talks to your, I don't know if it's not on, yeah. So that what happens is your phone can control your pot or your pan, and what it does is it does two things. It's talking to this, essentially the heating element, quote unquote, the inductive heat source, and then it also is listening to the pan. So it talks to the burner, the virtual burner, and listens to the pan. The pan tells it how hot it is, and the element basically keeps on heating the pan until it gets to the right temperature. Now the way that you can use this on your own. You can just take your phone and just say, make this temperature, and it just works. So you can just cook stuff with it, and it's the most accurate pot you've ever had, right? Because it's just going to go to that temperature. There's a lot of times, like for instance, I was making crepes this morning, and I was using another gift, which is this little laser measure, and constantly checking my temperature on my pan to make sure it was 400 degrees. In this case, you just turn it on and it just goes to that temperature, and you're there.
I will show you the one issue with having smart cookware. I am now updating the firmware.
I know. The first time I did that,
I can make pancakes.
I did that. The first time I got it, I was like, I can't believe I'm updating my pot. So
it's fortunately a very fast process, but in a way, I'm encouraged by this because I updated, of course, as soon as I started using it. But I haven't used it in a couple of days, and there's new firmware already.
What I will say
they're really updating it fast.
And they're just, their offices are in Vallejo. They're out of Napa. They're nearby. And the interesting thing about this is. The tutorials that are on the iPad,
they actually walk you through the recipes.
Video, like here's how to. It's not just the pan. They're like, here's how to cut your here's how to do this. It makes cooking for me. The reason I like it a lot is it makes it kind of an adventure. I go out and just buy the stuff on the list, and I like it better than a lot of the pre-built stuff that comes through the door. Although I think that's going to, eventually occur. But I think that what's really great about this is that I go and I just buy raw elements and I learn how to cook. I learn how to cut. I learn how to prep sauces. I learn how to do those things going through this. And I found that to be a really...
Is the burner plugged in? No, okay, that's why I can't. I was going to start cooking something. Since we don't have any food in here. This comes with, the base model is the frying pan, but I got the cook pot as well because... I can make more recipes. It's kind of cool. We've used it a few times, and it's kind of fun.
And if you take their lessons, it's just like, oh, what am I going to make? And I just go through it, and I'm going to make this. I've never made chicken cacciatore or whatever. I'm going to go do it. So it's a lot of fun. They have a stove. They have a range top.
That's really what
which I'm
I
super
think this
excited
is kind
about.
of
This
the
is building
advertisement
towards that
for the range.
Right.
And I'm ready to replace my gas top. The reason I have a gas top, like a lot of serious cooks, is because it's instantaneous. You turn it on off, but you kind of know by looking at the flame how hot it is, but you don't know exactly, and you have to be there to control it. The idea of having that kind of instant on control with precise temperatures is very attractive. And it's very easy to clean, by the way. It's a pain to clean a gas stove.
Yeah, these are really good pots too. They're really nice. And so anyway, so that's one that I like a lot. The next one is the Anova Sous-Vide cooker.
I also have one of these,
I've
thanks
used
to
this
you.
a lot.
Yeah. Mine looks just like that.
Yeah, so this is what I would suggest is I got this Anova for all of my family, my brother, not all my family, but my brothers and sisters and my
They're
mom
not
and dad.
expensive.
I think they get down to $69, $79 each. They're $99 right now.
There's a more expensive one with Wi-Fi.
Don't get it. Don't bother. I never
Wi-Fi.
use the Wi-Fi.
No.
So that's the more expensive one that we're showing right now. But there's a
Sous-vide
Bluetooth
cooking
one that's
isn't one of those things where you're constantly watching it.
Yeah, I thought
you set it and forget it.
Exactly. So when they started, it was a big deal that they were Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And all I do is I run the little roller until it's the temperature that I want it.
That sets the sous vide temperature.
And the big thing here is that it is
press the on button and it'll start recirculating the water.
And it's a simple apparatus. There are cheaper ones on Amazon, and I have bought them, and they are not as good. Innova just hit the right mix. And what I like about this, as opposed to this one here, is that I can put this into many different. I can put it into this pot. Yeah. And this pot but I can also put it into bigger things, smaller things.
This is just a Rubbermaid container with a.
It is.
With a kind of a blanket cozy around.
Yeah, and there's a whole. This happens to be the most popular one. So there's a top that you can get.
I don't have
there's
a
all kinds of
cozy
stuff.
on mine. I have to.
It just keeps it keeps the temperature there with less energy.
There's one other thing you're going to want if you're doing a lot of sous vide.
So here's the thing: is you don't. I made the mistake of buying this for my family last year for everybody. I got excited.
That's a great gift.
Yeah.
I love it. I use my sous vide a lot. I love it.
Yeah. But don't buy it with. I used to say, oh, you can use Ziploc bags and everything else.
Just dip it in and zip it. No.
Just buy one. This is like a $60. I think this is an Amelia. It's a different name, and there's like 6 names for the same thing on Amazon. Yeah, there you go. So these NutriChef, it's exactly the same one. Anyway, it's not very expensive, $60. You get them you get them a roll
of. It's a vacuum sealer.
It's a vacuum sealer, and you vacuum seal the stuff, but you want to get them off the ground because my family didn't use it enough because I didn't get this part too.
Yeah, I agree
so that's you just want to get the whole this is how you get started, and then.
Because what this does is it takes you put a piece of chicken in there or a steak, it takes the air out of the bag. That means it's going to evenly heat it. The air is not going to insulate the meat.
It also is because you're there, it's doing a long time. If you have a lot of air, you might have microbes.
You want water in there.
If you leave something like, I'm going to cook a steak tomorrow morning, I'm going to start a steak that's going to be in there for 36 hours.
Yeah. Tri-tip I leave in for a day and a half, exactly.
Now it's funny
tri-tip.
Carlita, my wife, she thought that the sous vide was absurd when I bought it, and now she's like, so I was like, oh, I put the tri-tip in this morning. She's like, why don't we wait until tomorrow because it's going to be a lot softer, and so
awesome?
she's like become the connoisseur. Even my kids are like that. So
you'll never have better tri-tip than the sous vide.
Yeah,
you've got to do it. Otherwise, it's a little tough. This makes it tender, cooks it thoroughly through, and then you throw it on the grill or throw it in a pan. Or I bet you have a torch. You can also use a torch.
I usually use a barbecue. I'll show you what I want to get on the next one. But what I was going to say is that the nice thing about this is you get all your steaks in there, and whenever your friends show up, the steak is ready 3 minutes later. It's not.
It's perfect too.
The thing that I want to, I don't have this yet because this is what you can get me, Leo, for Christmas.
Okay, good.
This is my Christmas gift.
Okay.
So this is the Uni 3 pizza oven, and
wait a minute.
There's this, and then there's a Pro version. That's like another $300. What this does is it uses wood pellets, and I just used this. A friend of mine, David Rewald, outside of Washington D.C., he had one when we were making pizzas, and you made little pizzas and you threw them in there, and it cooks them in like 90 seconds. And
because it's super hot.
It's super hot. It gets up to I think like 800 degrees or 900 degrees. Now this is the perfect match. It's just great to make pizzas, but they have little frying pans too that you can get with it, so that you could cook your steak in your sous vide and then throw it in here and finish it. Oh. And so the Pro version this one's wood fired. It's all wood pellets. The Pro version you can hook it to propane. You can use wood. You can use a variety of different things. So it is so slick. It's a nice, relatively inexpensive. Cooks everything fast. Yeah, it's anything that you need, a lot of heat with.
And of course, this is outdoor use only.
Yeah, don't use this inside. Literally, there's flames coming out of that little chimney. It's awesome. But it's incredible. If you wanted to have like a little pizza party, with your kids' friends or your kids or just your friends, it's a great little.
Who doesn't love pizza, right?
Yeah. So now for the geekier folks. One of the things I wanted to show is little kits like this. Now this is Vilros, makes this. This is an Arduino kit. So it's got, and I somehow pulled out the little circuit board, I think, but essentially, because I was using it for something else, but it comes with a little, it's Arduino, and it comes with a lot of little sensors and bits, and there's a couple different versions of this. So the Elegoo, that's another one that I've had, and you get that one, and it's got lots of little sensors. But the thing is if you want to get somebody into Arduino, don't just get them on an Arduino board.
Yeah, because they're going to have some other stuff.
And it just takes all the work out of it. You've got a bunch of stuff. You've got a breadboard. You've got, you know,
can do crazy projects, and you can do many of them because you have everything you need.
And these come with little instructions on how to get started. You know, so this is a little manual. So this little manual has like, you know, here's what all this stuff is, and here's your first projects, and it's just a great way. And I recommend, I've been playing with both of them, and I really recommend Arduino first.
You prefer it to the Raspberry Pi?
First. I think that if you're more advanced, you go into Raspberry Pi, but I think that Arduino is a good one to start with. So
that's nice. And you can get Raspberry Pi starter kits as well, Adafruit and other places.
Vilros makes them as well as Adafruit. Yeah. Adafruit, once you get started, then Adafruit is like you go there and you just they have so many cool things.
And the thing they have, it was fun of them is they give you an idea. So you have all these different projects you can do, and then they have all the parts. And
it's great. Now you have a microwave.
I do not own this, but I do have a microwave oven.
I wanted to get this.
Amazon made a big deal about this.
Before Amazon announced this, I was saying, you know what someone needs to do is just make a simple microwave that talks to my show or talks to my phone, because I don't want to, you know, I don't need
exactly what this is.
I don't need all the other stuff.
It's exactly what this is. This is the Amazon Basics microwave. It's not a huge or super powerful microwave, but it's only $60. This would be good for a student.
Right.
It's 0.7 cubic feet. It's only 700 watts, so that's about half what maybe one of your big grown-up microwaves will do. But you can control it. And some people told me that really Amazon made this more as a proof of concept, because they sell a kit for other appliance makers to incorporate Amazon's Echo voice services. So I guess we could cook some popcorn. I don't know. I'm not sure. You want to?
We can just turn it on. Let's just see it run.
Okay, you have to press the button on the front. So there's a little, you see the voice button? Press that on the front. Cook for 30 seconds.
Or can we just, I think you just ask your show to.
The microwave door has been inactive for too long.
Oh.
You gotta put something in it.
Oh, it says there's nothing in it.
Okay, now try it.
Now press the button.
I couldn't find that video.
Yeah. No, it's not.
It's Echo.
Oh, no, you changed it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What's the activation for this guy?
Echo.
Computer.
Oh, it's computer? No, it's Echo. Echo. Oh.
Computer.
You change it? Oh.
Microwave for 2 minutes. There you go.
Nothing.
You better
Computer,
stop.
Computer, stop microwave.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
We were just going to microwave nothing. That's
Pretty
kind of
slick.
cool. So, if you had maybe put a cup of coffee in there, and you're in your bedroom, and you said, okay, I want it to be hot now, you could say, Echo, let's try it.
Well,
computer,
and again,
make popcorn. Oh, computer, microwave popcorn.
What's the weight of popcorn?
What did it say?
What's the weight?
Oh, yeah, it needs to know the weight.
It's
What's the weight of popcorn?
What's the weight?
2.75 ounces.
2.75 ounces.
For how long?
3 minutes. So I'm interacting. So that's important. This does not have a microphone.
But
This doesn't even have the smarts of an Echo.
But the other thing
it just pairs to an Echo device that you talk to.
and just remember that we're saying it by voice command, but now that's part of the ecosystem. So you could have something else just tell it to start.
So you
the
could
microwave.
say,
You could
when
create
I
skills.
say turn on the Christmas lights, start the TV Yule log and pop some corn.
Or say do my wake up thing, and it'll do this and turn something else
could be
on.
part
and,
of your routine.
Because I like to make a little toast. I like to have my tea in the morning, and so there's like this whole thing that it could turn all these things on.
And that might be kind of fun.
Saying, I could
Very
just say,
Jetsons.
Echo, I'm waking up.
Right.
And then it just does all the things. It turns on all the lights. It does all the things. That's what's kind of coming quickly.
Right. Nice. Now we're gonna have some popcorn.
We didn't. And another thing that's great. I did give my parents the show last year.
So there's two colors. This is the Echo show in black, That's yours, and then I brought in my Echo Show in white.
Right.
I think they're pretty good, but now I would also look at the Google Home Hub, which is a little more elegant and does a great slideshow. Man, it's the best for the slideshow.
Yeah, but
It's
these
only
little
$150,
ones, these
although-
little screened versions of
I
this
think that's so
are
cool.
really cool, and I've gotten over. I don't know if I'd put it in a bedroom or anything, but I do have it in the kitchen, and the kids and my wife use it all the time, like literally, and you know they watch shows on it. They also will learn lyrics to a song because they can ask the show to play the song, and it plays all the lyrics on the
love
front,
that,
and so they have a lot of fun with it. So they're very they're great little devices. I haven't done a lot of the video chatting. It's part of why I got it.
Right.
My parents, their bandwidth isn't fast enough to.
I've done it
do
with
that.
my mom, and what's nice is we
Right.
have this like you in the kitchen, and she will sit on the Echo Show and watch me cook, and we'll talk while I'm cooking, and it really is kind of great.
Yeah.
Stop, microphone.
It's still popping. Computer, stop microwave.
That's pretty slick.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Now I wish it would know that the corn is popped and turn it off.
Right.
Listen to
Oh, that'd be cool if the microphone could listen to popping.
It's like an easy algorithm.
Seems like an easy algorithm, says John.
I do that in my sleep. It's not a problem at all.
No, I agree, but I would also add, and I know that maybe you're not a Google family, but the Google Home Hub is also a
Yep.
really good choice. Same thing with a screen, no camera, which
Right.
for some people may make them happier,
Right.
Because you don't have to worry about privacy.
I think
but
that's
it's
why I
not good
chose-
for video calling.
I think that's why I chose not to do it, is because I felt like I could always put tape over the camera, but I
Right.
may want the camera, so I didn't.
Right.
I didn't want to not have that. Dymo makes great label makers.
Oh,
I didn't
label
bring one
maker's
here.
great. You know what I have though that I would recommend over Dymo? The Brother label maker. It has a full keyboard on it instead of
Right.
remember the turn the knob, press it, turn the knob.
Well, Dymo makes ones
press
that
it.
have full keyboards.
Oh, they have
too.
keyboards
Yeah.
now?
Oh, no,
Okay, good.
Electronic keyboards, not the punch ones. But Dymo
The
started
punch ones.
when I grew up. My grandfather had
Label everything.
He labeled everything. It was
Everything.
and it was the ones that punched through the plastic.
Yeah.
And then you cut them.
Yeah, that's the old Dymo label
Yeah. So
makers,
we used to. We
There
grew
you
up.
go.
There we go. I grew up with my grandfather labeled everything. My grandfather was a real.
Did he have on the electric switches on and off?
He didn't go that far.
Okay, 'cause
But
that's when
it
you know
had,
there's
but
a
he did
problem.
label everywhere that switch, like all the switches.
to.
It would say what the switches were.
I don't think that's
you
a bad
know,
thing.
it would have no. He was, and so we have them floating around our office all the time because
Oh,
we
yeah, I
label.
use them
The
like
big
crazy.
thing is power supplies. You know, which there should be a law, by the way. I don't believe in a lot of laws,
don't
but there
put
should
the
be a
brand
law
name
that
on 'em.
brand name on the thing. Oh, this is what this power supply is for. Anyway, so but labeling those things, I got a $500 SDI distro a year after an event that just showed up in our office, and I was like, "Where
no
did this come
power?
from?" No, it showed up in our office is because I labeled the back with
Oh,
our
you
address.
knew.
So some guy found
mailed it back.
you know, a year later, and just threw it in the mail.
Nice.
So you know, labeling is a really great thing, and it's the kind of things people won't get. So you get them for a birthday. This is my my bracelet.
This
Very
thing is
fashionable.
insane.
It's very fashionable.
What do you
So
think
this
that
is?
is? He just wears that on his wrist.
Yeah, this is my bracelet right here. So
Don't
this,
try to get on an airplane
so
with that thing.
You can.
Really?
Yeah, no, you can get through. This is TSA approved.
Really?
The only place I've had trouble with it is Iraq. So leaving Iraq, going through security was complicated.
Yeah.
Took a little longer, but they let me through it. So it doesn't.
it's harder to leave than to get in?
Yeah, it's always harder to leave than get into those countries. Israel, Iraq, they're all
Really?
hard. Yeah. Anyway, so that's a whole episode. So
I
anyway.
guess that's because you're going from Iraq
Well,
to the U.S.
you're in Iraq and you're going to the U.S. or leaving it, and you are.
The
and
reason it's tough is because the restrictions the U.S.
when they're afraid
places.
what you're going to put into the plane, they're
yeah.
you know. So you go through you actually go through security a mile away from the airport.
Yeah.
And then you're in sterile space from then on.
Wow.
Then you go through another security, and then when you get on the gate, you go through another security. So it's you're very safe when you get on the plane. So anyway, but this guy, what it has, if I pull it open, pops
Chat
right
room's
off.
already guessed. I can't believe they guessed what that is.
Yeah. So you've got screwdrivers.
It's a screwdriver.
You've
set.
got now. This is funny. It actually, I was wondering if this was actually what it's for, but this little guy on the end here, that is actually to pull out your SIM card. Yeah,
It's a SIM card popper.
I've used that a lot. Anyway, so there's little wrenches
So
in
it
here.
looks kind of like a steampunk metal link bracelet, but really,
And you get a surprising number of comments
It's a
about
multi-tool.
it. But it is awesome. It is the kind of thing you get as a gift because unless you do what I do, which is a lot of production, this is something that when I go on production I wear because it just allows me to fix things quickly.
So you've actually used it?
Oh, when I wear it? When
Yeah.
I'm wearing it on a production, I use it all day.
Funny.
Like, because you got to loosen something, I got to pull something out, I got to pop something open, it is like the ultimate little thing to carry around.
And it's pretty styling if you're
You get a lot of comments.
kind of a steampunk.
Yeah,
It's from
you'd be
Leatherman.
surprised. You get a lot of comments about that. So it's pretty slick. This is the Boker black knife. This is actually my letter opener. So it's just a nice
I have
little-
one of those in my belt buckle.
Yeah. This sits on my desk, and this is how I open my Amazon boxes. And so, it's a nice little one. It's just, it's single hand act, just pop it open, and it's just great. It's just a little bit more burly than you can get through boxes faster than a normal one. And
No
it's
kidding.
It's a cute thing.
It's like Lottie Lenya would have that in her shoes.
And that's the retail price, but they're really like $20 on Amazon, 25 bucks on Amazon. The one that I couldn't find in my house was the NASA, the Fisher Space Pen.
Oh, I got one of those in my checkbook.
I've got like 4 of them everywhere.
They're so awesome.
They're $12. They're $12, and these things and they make lots of special ones and all kinds of crazy ones, but the basic one is a great, if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a gift and you just want to give someone something that they will use and they will put in their pocket, and I don't get the chrome ones or anything else, I just get the black. There's like a space black one there, but
I have a shorty.
Yeah, they're short.
And the reason I like the shorty is it's in my checkbook, has a pen loop.
Yep.
And so I always have a pen with my checkbook.
Yeah, and you can.
Someday somebody's
And what's
gonna ask me
cool
to
is
write
when
a
you
check.
there you go, that little bullet pen.
That's it.
And
I
it says
love that.
$26, but I think they're like
No.
$12 on Amazon. And
I love that.
the great thing about it is when you pull it open, when you pull the top off, it goes on the back, and it's now a full-size pen. It's great. It's waterproof. I've washed them by accident. It's all those things, and it fits into your pocket. It's just awesome.
Writes upside down.
And again, it's just a great little gift. Those are for like the little office gifts that you're doing. The last one is the BaoFeng two-way radio. I couldn't find them in my garage, but so these guys.
This is not a ham.
This
handy
is,
talkie.
and it's the 8. Yeah,
You don't need
these
a
guys-
license to use this.
You don't need a license
Looks
to use
like
them.
one.
They go for miles. Like now BaoFeng or BaoFeng, they have bigger ones that we use that will go like literally 5 or 6 miles. These ones I think are 2 or 3 miles, and they actually go like that. It's like $20 for like 6 of them. So it's relatively inexpensive. There's 2 things.
$20?
I think it's like 20
for 6
Maybe
of
it's
them?
like $20 for 4
Can't
of
be
them,
that
but it's
cheap.
I don't think they're $20 each, but they're I know
That's
that they're
incredible.
I think that's a little low, but I think they're like $10 each. So like $60 is like 6 of them. And the thing is that you throw those into the back of your car, you get stuck somewhere, people get separated, you're going camping.
Very handy.
If we look at the tragedy that just happened up in Campfire, you really, those are the kind of things you want in the back in your trunk that you just kind of, when you go, once you get to wherever you're going and you're splitting up and trying to figure out what's going on,
Yep.
having some kind of communication is a big deal.
What frequency does this use? Is this the family radio service, the old Citizens Band, or
I
is
don't
it
know
something-
what frequency
something
it uses,
else?
but it
must be because it's not licensed, right?
Yeah, and it's but they're great. I mean, it's just a fantastic, and the other thing is that kids love them. 400 to 470.
Okay.
And they're a lot of fun. So they have a lot of that scales. That's the little one, but you can definitely get ones that are more expensive if your tastes are higher. They go a lot further. That scales up pretty far to some of them that are not licensed but probably should be. So anyway, so those are some some of the things that I think are kind of good gifts to
No
to hand
kidding.
out. Mixture
Good
of
geeky
geeky
gifts.
and that's
You didn't show this one.
Oh, this is the Tech City infrared thermometer.
This is for your pizza oven.
So I really don't cook without one of these. So I have one of these all the time. If I'm not using the Hestan, which we have here, what this is you pull the trigger, and you won't. I think you can see a little line down there if you in front of me, but
There's a little laser sight.
little laser there.
Yeah.
So what it does is it tells you that's where it's looking, and it'll tell you what the temperature is. It turns out it's about 80 degrees. This is about 80 degrees. for
That
some
table's
reason.
hot because we've been cooking on it.
Yeah. So anyway, but it's I like precision.
Yeah.
So I cook like I know that I like to cook my omelets at 380 degrees. I like to do my it turns out to be the right temperature where it's just right.
Yeah.
I like to do my crepes at 400. I like to do my slow omelets at 270. Now why do I like it? Because I test the pan every single time. So I'm constantly changing it.
Yeah.
And going, oh, this took little, this didn't cook the way I liked it because, oh, maybe I'll increase it a little bit. So you're constantly playing. It makes making breakfast or dinner or whatever a constant thing because you're constantly playing with how does that heat react? How does the food react to the heat at that temperature with where it's at? And so that by doing that, you learn a lot about cooking and about temperature. And so it's more than just following the instructions. It's more of if you do it every time you cook, you learn a lot about what it looks like, and it's $15. This thing is $15. You know, it's not like it's super expensive. This isn't, and so I love it. So anyway,
Malachi, come here. Malachi, put your hand in that oven. Just want to see what happens here. Just come around front there. Just put your hand in that oven right there. I'll just pull open the black oven. Yeah, but what's in there?
There's popcorn.
Oh, go ahead, take it. Share that with your sister now.
there you go.
Very nice. Thank you, Alex Lindsay. Alex,
Pleasure.
gift guide. You've given me many things to buy. Many. Fortunately, I
expensive
own
friend.
some of them, so I don't need to buy them all.